In this video, I'm going to show you one of the things that will help you ditch Slack and move to Google Chat, and that is have information come to you when it updates rather than you needing to go find it. Hi, my name is Duncan from 65. I am a Google certified collaboration engineer in Google Workspace, and 65 is a Google partner of over 10 years. Now, we don't use Slack or another chat tool. We use Google Chat inside of our Google Workspace. Google Workspace is the foundation of our business. We spend all our time in there on email. We use it for Google Chat and team collaboration. We also have all of our files and documents and so on and so forth in there too. So everything is in the one place. It's all under one login. And now, of course, we've got Gemini. So we now have AI built in to everything that we're using. Now, one of the things that Slack makes really easy is the ability to install an application that will pull data from somewhere or integrate data into Slack, into messages, and make it easy for you to interact with it. That isn't as easy in Google Chat, but it is possible to do, and it doesn't cost anything to do. So I'm going to show you how we get that done today in order that you may be able to help bring your team across into Google Chat as well. But if you're already using Google Chat, great, this is a bit of a win. So I can't take credit for this. We're going to give Nick Young credit for this. This is actually a problem that one of my team came up with the other day and said, hey, wouldn't it be great if? And I was like, yeah, wouldn't it be great if? So here we are. Now is the if. We're going to make one of my team's dream come true. So thanks very much, Nick Young, for this. So what's going to happen here is Nick's put together a Google Sheet where you list out all of the feeds from various websites where you want to get updates from and pipes them into your Google Chat for you, all right? So we're just going to run through this article together and his instructions, and we're going to make it happen. Now, it is a little bit old, but I am confident that it still works because nothing's changed significantly since then. And we need a few components to make that happen. So let's start. So we need our Google Chat. We need the RSS feeds that we want to fetch the data from. We need some icons for those feeds. Okay. We need some app code, app script code, which is now called Google App Script. And we need a Google script as well. Okay. So should we start with getting this template to copy? All right. Let's start there. Grand. That's still there. So Nick's still using Google and the Google Sheet is still there. So that's a big win right up front. All right, so here we go. We've got our copy of AppScript Hangouts Chat. So I'm just going to call this, I'm just going to rename this so it's a bit more obvious for me. RSS to Google Chat. Okay. So the way this has been laid out is we've got a name of the feed, a URL for it, the type of feed, because you can get feeds in two formats. You can get RSS or what's called an atom feed. It's basically the same but slightly different configuration. We need a logo for it, and the webhook URL is where we're going to push it into Google Chat and whether it's enabled or disabled. All right, well, this is very straightforward. So let's go fill one out. So the reason this came up for us was because we, as a Google partner, a Google Workspace partner, we look after lots of other businesses in Google Workspace. When they have an outage, we would like to know about it before our clients come to us and say what's going on, so that we are prepared for that conversation and we can already help support our clients faster. So we're just on the Google Workspace incidents, the status dashboard with the incidents here. And all I'm going to do is drop down the bottom here, and you can see there's an RSS feed. So I'm just going to click on that. And this one, as you can see up the top, it says feed is an atom feed, and it looks like kind of garbage. But if you read in there, you can see some human readable text. So this is what we're after. So we're going to copy that. I'm going to right click and copy, go back to the sheet, and I'm going to call this Google Workspace Updates. And I'm going to paste in my feed URL there. And then we also identified while we were there that it's an atom feed. Okay, what do we need next? A logo. So I happened to go to Logo Dix just before I started recording this, and I've already got the Google Super G logo. So we're going to grab that and pop that in there. Now we need a webhook URL. Okay, so let's just make sure I haven't kind of jumped the gun here with regards to Nick's instructions. So we're talking about the status column, going to need some web chat URLs. Okay, cool. Perfect timing. So we're into talking about creating a chat room. So let's jump over to Google Chat and have that happen now. Okay, so we're in Google Chat, and as you can see, we use this a lot. We're going to blur some of this out because not everybody, you don't need to know everybody, and they don't want you to know their business either. So I'm going to go new chat, and I'm going to create a space because I want this to be something that everybody can get information for. And I'm going to call it system updates. Let's call it system status. One of those two will do. And let's give it an icon so that it stands out. Everyone likes pizza and stuff. Cute dogs, maybe not. Kiwi? Yeah. Status updates. Lobster? All right, we'll go with a lobster for the minute. Doesn't matter what it is, you can change that. But that one has to be an emoji. And the second thing I'm going to do is make this an announcement channel. So it's not one where people can talk and chat. It is one where information comes in only. So we're going to call this a broadcast and update group. Space managers, the people that own and manage the group, can also put stuff in there. So, you could go either way. But note, once you create this, you can't change it afterwards. And then what we're going to do is make it public to the entire organization. Again, difficult to change that after you're done. And we don't want external members on this particular one. So we'll click on create. And there we go. We've got our space. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do here is go to apps and integrations. And you'll see this item webhooks in the menu there. Webhooks are underneath this giant thing. So if you're on a small screen, make sure you scroll down. Otherwise, you're going to miss this because Google have decided this massive image is way more important. Right, so we're going to go add webhook. So what do we need here? Well, this is going to be the endpoint for our Google Workspace updates. And we need a URL for it as well. So I'm just going to grab this, sorry, not that one there. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to right click and click copy image address. And I'm going to paste that in here as well. Now, the good thing about this is because we've called it system status, because we might have multiple places where we're getting system status updates from, we can actually add multiple webhooks in here to use from different places. If you're a content marketing company, for example, and you're monitoring your clients doing their social posts or YouTube updates or whatever it might be, you can go grab the RSS feed from those places and use it in that manner. We're just using it for status updates because we need those timely bits of information. And this works on any website as well. So I'll show you how that works in a second as well. Right, so what's Nick telling us? So we're going to grab a webhook, give it a name, a URL. All right, now we're going into the business end. We're going to do some Google Apps script. Okay, so this link goes to this page, which is looking at some Google Apps script stuff, which is great. So we're going to click on Raw. And then I'm just going to select all. So I'm going to use my keyboard Control A or Command A for everything. Right click on it and click copy. And then I'm going to open up a new window. I'm going to go to script.google.com. As you can see, I've got a bunch of Google script for all sorts of other bits and pieces. So this one's just the next one in line. I go new project. And before I do anything else, I'm going to name it something useful so that I can find it again in the future. So I'm going to call it the same way as I did the Google Sheet, RSS to Google Chat, which makes it super easy for all this stuff to happen. Now, the one thought I have at this point is we might actually be able to do this inside of the sheet rather than a separate Google app script. You can, inside of any Google Sheet, you can go to extensions and app script and it will pop open a project that is intrinsically linked to this spreadsheet right from the word go. But we're going to go with Nick's way of doing this for the moment. So I'm going to paste all of that in and I'm just going to hit and save. So I've got it. That's good. All right, so Nick says you can reset some stuff and it looks to me like we need to update some variables at the top of the sheet. All right, so one of those is the URL of the Google Sheet. So let's go grab that. I'm just going to literally copy that out of the address bar. That could not be easier, could it? And paste it in there using Command V or Control V on the keyboard. I don't know why those are on the end, but they are. And then this one says that the sheet tab name should be called feed data. So let's just make sure that's the case. Yep, we have feed data, as you can see down in the bottom left here. We failed to put our RSS feed in. Okay, so let's just finish this bit. So that bit's all done, I think. And it says, do not change anything below this line. Right, happy days, we've got everything sorted. So let's just go back to our Google Chat. Let's grab our webhook URL that we did a second ago. So we're going to click copy link. And then in our sheet, we're going to paste that in. So now that's our webhook endpoint. And note that those are public. Okay, so that you can post information to that from all sorts of different systems. Doesn't have to be from a Google Sheet or internal. And I'm just going to set that to active. So we've now got 3 disabled ones. Those are Nick's examples. And then we've got active down here as well. Grand. So what do we do next? I think we come over here and we click on run. Let's check. Time to test, Nick says. Run the fetch all feeds. Okay, so let's find fetch all feeds. And that's usually in this little drop down here. And those match to the functions that are available in the app script. So in this one, fetch all feeds. And because this is the first time I run it, I'm going to need to grant some permissions to this sheet and to this script in order for it to be able to access the Google Sheet and in order for it to be able to talk and fetch data from an external source. So let's log into this and click on that to let that go through. There we go. And here we go. So allow it to see, create and edit spreadsheets and also allow it to connect to external services because those RSS feeds are outside of our location. Authorization has been successful, winning. All right. Oh, okay, cool. We're getting some output here and it says 4 entries found, 4 items posted. Well, this is pretty exciting, isn't it? Okay, let's go back over to our chat where we're still on the settings screen for that chat, but we can see in here we've now got a little blue dot that says there's new stuff. So let's click on system status. We've got 4 unread, and here they are. Resolved, summary, Google Apps, PDF permissions, there we go. Okay, so that matches, 1, 2, update summary. So that matches all of the bits and pieces that we had going on. So that is awesome. I noticed that this image here is broken, and that's perhaps because, if I right-click on this, if I click copy image address, maybe that's because I got the image wrong in here. Yes, so see that now says .jpeg on the end of it. Okay, so that'll fix that particular issue. All right, well, that's pretty awesome. So that works. Happy with that. What happens next? So authorization, we've jumped through all of those little hoops. Okay, and then the last thing is to automate it. So obviously you'd want this to happen on a reasonably regular basis, so you've got that up-to-date information. So the way to do that is in your app script page, you're going to come across to triggers. I'm going to add a new trigger. So the trigger is going to be the one that we just manually ran, which was job fetch all feeds. We want the head, that's a developer's term for the most current code. We're going to call it time driven, and then we're going to say how often do we want it to run. So we could say every 5 minutes, we could say every hour, we could say every day. In our case, we'd like to know when these things happen reasonably regularly. So we're going to go 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, we're going to get it to run. And if it ever fails, send me an email that said it failed for whatever reason, and then we can go and update, change the code, fix it up. So let's click on save. And there we go. We've now got our trigger. So in about 5 minutes time, this is going to go off, have a look and check through the list of feeds that are active in this list and then go pop them into this endpoint. So what if we wanted more than one source from different places to bring all those in? So I said to you earlier, you could use this on your YouTube channel. You could use this on any old website as well. So let's have a look at how we do those. So the first one is YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to our YouTube channel. And if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe below. Plenty more Google Workspace, WordPress, GHL, small business related topics and videos on our channels. Now, believe it or not, your YouTube channel page, your home channel page is actually a feed. It's an RSS feed. So I can right click here and I can copy. Where's copy gone? There it is. I can copy our feed, put that into the feed URL, type in 65DV, and I can say RSS. Now, going back to logo decks, I could probably find a YouTube, there we go, cool. YouTube icon, that's the one that'll do. So I'll just right click on that, copy image address, and then I'll put that in there. And then I could do one of two things. I can pop it into the exact same feed that we set up already, the exact same webhook that we already set up. But we could also set up a completely different webhook. Now, obviously, if you've named it in such a way that, like we've done, the group is our status updates, and then the webhook actually says Google Workspace updates. So I'm going to call it the same thing, 65TV, and that's going to give me a new a new webhook endpoint. Going back to the Google Sheets, I can now pop that in there and say active. There you go. So let's say, for example, I also wanted to get from a website that we are interested in getting updates from. Well, if you wanted to get the updates from our blog, for example, we use WordPress, and any WordPress site is the same. It's fairly standard across most sites as well. So if there's regular news coming off of the site, you can go to /feed, and then you get an RSS feed. So now you can tell this one's RSS as opposed to an Atom, because it has this RSS tag right up the top here, okay? And the Atom one, if you remember, if we go back to the app status one, actually says feed and has Atom on the end of it here, okay? So slightly different. So we can do the same thing with this one. Pop that into our list and use that. So now we've got that in play, we've put the automation in place as well. So now every 5 minutes, that's going to go out, grab all the information from all of those active feeds in our spreadsheet and pop them straight into Google Chat for us, which is going to make life a lot easier because we're going to have that information on hand in a timely manner without us having to go look for it. And we're going to be proactive rather than reactive to that information. So thanks very much for watching. If this was useful, please like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one.